Right. Now, what is up, everybody? And welcome to the Evan Simon Show. Or whatever I'm going to end up calling this. For disclosure, I decided that I wanted to make a sort of a portfolio over the things that I want. A portfolio of videos for me to put up that would allow me to gain experience on how to put videos together and gain experience on how to host and, see how that all feels out. So hopefully one day, maybe, I might be able to take this to a big publication or website or YouTube channel and show, hey, listen, I have these skills. That being said, right now, it's going to be a rough walk. A very rough walk. I'll be honest, this is my first time doing it, so take that as it was. But you know what? Let's just have fun. So what I want this show to be, is I want it to be maybe daily, maybe weekly, maybe every couple of days. We'll find out. What I want it to be is a type of a daily news show when I talk about video games. Or maybe go into different media, maybe talk about some Game of Thrones, whatever I want to talk about. It doesn't really matter, because like I said, this is all about, oh man, hold on. My Steam account just logged in at the worst time. Like I said, learning experience, am I right? So yeah, I really want this to be a time where I can just speak and focus on my craft and build a portfolio. And I put this on YouTube, and maybe you guys would like it. If not, that'd be cool. Like, share, subscribe, and like I said, it'll be rough, but we can get on this journey together. This is ground zero. Okay, so now that's all taken care of. What I want to talk about is some exciting news that happened today, fam. And then I'm also putting my microphone up to my face like this. Here, I'm going to show you what my face looks like. Look at that handsome man. Yeah, I know. There's probably better ways to do this. I could probably get myself a lavalier or mic myself better, but my setup is kind of limited right now. I just moved in. Anyway, that doesn't matter. The point is I want to talk about some Star Wars, but not just any Star Wars. I want to talk about some Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, because I am so stoked for this game. Now, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. Okay, I'm not. I'm sorry. I love the movies. I'm excited about the movies. I'm excited about The Mandalorian, but it's not my biggest jam. But who doesn't love being a Jedi? Who doesn't love having a little droid friend? And who doesn't love the Force? That stuff is so cool, and obviously something that we all want to do as children. And I was really excited about this game because, of course, after we learned a couple years ago that Amy Hennig's, the director of the first 3 Uncharted games, unless you count Golden Abyss, but, whatever. Amy Hennig was developing a Star Wars game with Visceral, the studio that did Dead Space. And it was going to be a single-player narrative, and it would be awesome. And everyone was super excited about that. Well, if you guys probably know, that got canceled a couple years ago. Very, very controversial, very, very bad for that team, and the studio got shut down, and it was very heartbreaking all around. And people wondered, okay, is EA going to actually ever make a single-player Star Wars game again? Or they're just going to try to make, these, having between Battlefront, okay, multiplayer games, they're fine. I'm not against multiplayer games, but that's not what I want in the Star Wars story personally. And then are they going to add microtransactions? Are they going to add loot boxes? You never know. You never know. But, this game came out. They teased it last year at E3. And they gave it a proper reveal. We know that Respawn's doing it. The same developer that did Titanfall 2, and Apex Legends. What up? That studio is coming into the fold here, making a new video game. And so it's okay, I trust Respawn. These guys are great. Let's see what they can do. And they showed up a couple of days ago in Chicago finally revealed the game, and this game looks great. One thing is they promised, and EA promised, that there's not going to be any microtransactions, there's not going to be any loot boxes, and they're not going to add them, which is great, because they didn't have, for what I remember, they didn't have any microtransactions or loot boxes at launch of Battlefront 2. But then they added them later, very controversially, and that really screwed that game up, unfortunately. But they said, okay, we're not going to have those in this game. And for another thing, is that it's not using this Frostbite engine, which I think part of this is because Respawn was just recently bought by EA. Well, here's the thing. Frostbite, for those who don't know, is the engine or the software that's made to make video games that DICE, the studio behind Battlefront and also the Battlefield games, they develop this this engine. And EA wants all the studios to essentially use this as an in-house engine, right? That's the only engine that they want to be used throughout all the studios across the world. And that causes some problems because, it's a different engine. It's I'm sure it's great for what DICE uses it, but other teams aren't used to it, and so it's kind of it's difficult for people to develop on, and it's became a challenge. That's a big deal. One of the many big deals of Anthem is that the game came out, and the developers had just struggled with that engine because they just didn't know. But Respawn was only very recently, I think within the last year or so, bought by EA. So this game was already in development, well into it, meaning they probably weren't first to use the Frostbite engine, and instead of using Unreal Engine 4, which is exciting. I love the Unreal Engine. Big shout out to Epic. Unreal Engine is one of my favorite engines because I just love how it looks. I'm not a developer of any stretch of the phrase, but I always appreciate how it looks, and I appreciate, even though I'm not a developer, the stories I hear from developers saying how easy it is, how accessible it is. Heck, you don't even have to, anyone with a PC that's powerful enough could download Unreal Engine 4 and start developing games, and you just have to pay Epic a licensing fee, if that game ever comes out. So it's just mad respect for that engine, and mad respect for everything that is. So we know, okay, Star Wars Fallen Jedi Order is gonna be an Unreal Engine, fantastic. No loot boxes, or Unreal Engine. No loot boxes, no microtransactions, and it's about the Jedi. Okay, how about this? So they come up on stage. They talk a little bit. They show a trailer. The trailer looks fantastic. They have the main character named Cal, played by, what's the name? Dominic Monaghan, I think, from Gotham. He played the Joker. Super exciting about that. Very talented young actor, talented young man. And he came out, and I'm so excited by the look and feel. Now, the one thing I don't like about when I first heard about this game is I don't really like that era in Star Wars history. Between episodes 3 and 4. To me, I just feel that we've seen enough of that era in time. Rogue One was there, Rebels was there, there's a ton of extended universe stuff that takes place during that time. And me, I'm more interested in post episode 6, pre-7 type of stuff. That's or Old Republic, which is thousands of years before any of the films. Which those are the two eras I'm most excited about, and I hope Mandalorian, the TV show coming to Disney Plus, takes place in that post-6, pre-7 era, and there's rumors of some films being taken place in the Old Republic, so which is what I want. So whatever. So anyway, I wasn't super excited about Jedi Fallen Order being taken place between 3 and 4, but once I saw this trailer, guys, I gotta say I really dug it. I really dug this vibe. I love the idea of, same thing in Rebels, right? There's these Jedi out there that wasn't killed in Order 66. And they're being hunted down. And just like Rebels, you have the Inquisitors. So, the second sister, I think, is going to be the main antagonist, or at least one of them, who's, this Force-sensitive, non-Sith Lord, but works underneath the Sith Lords who hunt down these Jedi. And it looks dope, man. I'm super excited about it. And they also talked, you had for one thing, they had a droid. BD12, BD1 maybe? BD1, I think. Best droid 1. I could be wrong on that. But anyway, he is kind of like your partner in crime. He's not like a sidekick, right? He's just he's kind of just I guess what I'm thinking, he's kind of like a tool. They said things about how he has a light that can use to shine up and illuminate objects. And so I'm assuming he's probably going to have a skill tree that's going to be upgradable and throughout the game, and he can just add like more and more tools, maybe some weapons, that I'm super excited about seeing. And they also teased that the lightsaber, which they showed in the first promotional image that was released, it looks kind of broken. It looks like the bottom of the hilt is destroyed, but they said that it will change over time, just like how the main character would change over time. And I'm excited about that. For one thing, like I said, it looks like the lightsaber will be upgradable. Hopefully they'll have a skill tree. I'm excited to see what that looks like, because I don't know what you can do with a lightsaber particularly, but we'll see. Probably just special moves like Sekiro or anything like that in that game. Fantastic game, by the way. And two, what they said about how it grows where the main character grows. Well, I'm a big fan of character development too, right? I love games, and I love RPGs or shonen anime, or certain characters in Game of Thrones. I love the whole idea of a boy becoming a man, right? Like the whole Game of Thrones quote, "Kill the boy and let the man live." And this might not be what they're alluding to, maybe not, but it excites me because Star Wars is very much so a coming-of-age story, right? Like Luke Skywalker from episode, New Hope to Return of the Jedi, how he completely changes throughout that side. And, maybe not done as well, but how Anakin changes from episode 1 to episode 3. That was cool. And seeing how Rey kind of is changing too in episode 7 and hopefully through 9. So I love the idea of Star Wars, very much so, stories about a boy or a woman becoming an adult. And I'm so excited about that prospect of the game, and I really hope that, what's this term I heard? I forgot what the term was. Help me out in the comments if you're listening. But there's a term that talks about how games can, it's like when gameplay and the story mesh very well, or there's like a dissonance between the two. Like Grand Theft Auto, you have a character who, is just a regular person, but he just goes around murdering people. Well, he's a criminal, but he's like a mass murderer, and it's just that's not really accounted for in any part of the story, right? So it's just weird, but that's something that a lot of games struggle with. And so any game that is able to bring growing up, as in the gameplay and the story kind of combining and fusing in that way, it's amazing. It's incredible. And I can't wait, and I love that stuff like that, and that's my jam. And so I'm really hoping that is going to be, something that we're going to have in the future. And besides that, I think that's about it. This game looks great. I can't wait to see what Respawn does. EA, I don't think they're going to mess it up. I don't think they can afford to mess this one up. And hopefully it sells well, because here's the thing. People who complain about single-player games, or multiplayer games, and studios always make multiplayer games, well, you need to make this, you need to vote with your wallet, as Greg Miller and Colin Moriarty used to say. Big shout-out to them. Vote with your wallet, and make sure that people know what you want to buy. And if you want to buy a single-player, story-driven Star Wars game, then you better buy this game. And I'm definitely going to buy this game when it comes out in November 15th. 2019, or is it 19th? Somewhere around there. Well, that's it. So I'm going to sign off, and like I said, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure the audio was probably messed up, and I'm pretty sure there's some awkwardness. But I'm just going to keep on doing at this, and hopefully once I find a job, because I just moved here in San Antonio from Midland, which is a big move, and I'm trying to find a job right now, currently. And I talked to someone on the phone earlier today. Hopefully that will lead to something, because once I get a job I can start making money, and once I can start making money I can start building a better set. So that's exciting. So thank you, see you around, and this is fun. I think I'm gonna do some more of these. Thank you.